What-o there, peasants! And welcome back to the lovely Planet Coaster with me, Chayification. And there's a ton of people here! What is with all these people just kind of flocking down this little area? I mean, yeah, okay, there is like some new kind of buildings and shit there, but still, there's a lot of people flocking around here. Now, we are back once again, and we are going to continue with this castle that we were making in the last episode. So what we need to do is, we need to, so we've got a thing there. I don't know how much higher that's going to go up, to be honest, if it's going to go up much at all. I think what I might do, oh, hang on, we need to do the thingamajig first. Under construction, if that made any sense at all. Under construction. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Right, now let's go away. I'm trying to edit. There we go. Right, so, yes, we are going to continue with this. Now, I'm possibly thinking of having this bit here flat like this, and then having like a big chunk of it kind of coming up here, and then having some roofing maybe. Can I get roofing on here? Is there roofing? No, see, this roofing's lame. We don't want that roofing. Okay, so no roofing. But I think, yeah, I think that's what I might do. I might flatten it across here, and then see how that kind of ends up. Now, I know that we've been doing this for a little while now. I am very aware of that. I do apologize about the time it's taking to you know, build this thing, but it's a freaking castle, guys. What do you expect? You know, it's going to take a little bit of time to do. So if I'm flattening that bit off there, how's that going to look with the old flooring going on there? So is that just going to, see, that's going to sit quite nice. It's going to sit quite nicely, actually. It's going to sit quite nicely. Quite happy with that there, laddie. Okay, no, I see. I want you kind of like there-ish. Yes, that is exactly where we wanted you. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. So we've done them bits. That's done. Done and or dusted already. Skills that pay the bills. So now we need to continue with this point here. So these bits are going to have to go up like that. Now, oh, hello. That just moved. Yeah, right. So we are also going to have to do this inside a bit. We're going to have to do this. This needs changing, because obviously it's indoors. We don't want people coming in here and being like, oh, look, this place looks crap. Now, do we have a nice wooden floor? Do we go for the... No, I think we're going to go for this standard floor again, I think. So we want them kind of like running like that. See, now that bit's going to have to be like that, unfortunately. It's not too much of a big deal, like, in all fairness, but it's not... Why is this so freaking low? Why is that, like, a million miles underground just then? What was going on there? So if I'm just having these... See, I can also get rid of these now. These can go. Right, hang on. You can go, as can you. We want... Okay, no, we need to edit this again, sorry. So we want more flooring just on the inside, just so it adds that a little bit better kind of look to things. Unfortunately, I can't put it there because there's a pathway in the way, which is a little bit unfortunate. But not to worry. Not to worry, good sir. I can put them all along here. Have another one there. Nav one there. Here's one, here's nav one. Here's nav one. It's all good. So good in the hood. Now, can I... No, you see, I was thinking about putting something there, but there's not a lot I can do about these little bits, which is kind of unfortunate, actually. There's nothing I can really do about them. I might have to try and disguise them with just kind of like stuff. Stuff might be the way forward here. If I can kind of like, yeah, kind of like do that. Just to try and disguise the fact that there's stuff here. That may work. Yeah, see, now that doesn't... That's not too bad. That is being smart, guys. That's what that is. That is being smart and thinking ahead. You know, because that's what we have to do in this game. We have to think ahead. So we're going to have a weird, randomly pointless rolling barrel thing going... Whoa, what's happened there? Okay. Randomly pointless rolling barrel with additional barrels at the end, guys. Additional barrels, I know. Steady on. We're also going to have a guy in the corner here because, you know, he's... Larry in the corner here. Well, he's not really in the corner anymore. He's just kind of there. And then we kind of need stuff down here. So let's add another one of these, because these are just good for filling up space. We'll have one of you. And we'll have some gunpowdery things just dotted about. And a couple of more. A couple of more. Yeah, well done, Che. Good English there. A couple more barrels and stuff just kind of like dotted about doing stuff, kind of being in the way. Need something else down here. I don't really want fruit. Fruit just doesn't really work in here. It looks kind of stupid. Might actually. Okay, no, we'll have these little light doohickeys. No, not one barrels. No, not that. Some more of these. Some more of them with a couple more barrels. Now this just adds a bit of kind of like just stuff people can look at when they're coming in. Of course, we need to light the place as well. The whole place needs lighting as well. So let's just hang some of these funky doohickeys, these lanterns, kind of dotted around the place here, there, wherever. We'll have one here, one along here, and also we need some up here because obviously this is the way in. People need to be able to see what they're doing for when it covers over because it's going to be pretty dark in there. Pretty mother-clucking dark. So, if I now have the woolage going along here, like so, and you see this, oh no, not there, this point can go across like here, ta-da! So we're going to have that bit probably flattened off as like that. Now this bit is, I'm a little bit torn about what to do here. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of thinking about having it flat all the way around. So having this kind of follow it all the way along, because this is here as well, it would kind of make sense to have it all the way around. Plus I can add stuff here to look over these people, which they're probably going to enjoy. That's probably something they'll enjoy. They'll be like, yes, very well thought out, Che, congratulations. You are a professional park builder, well done. And I will be like, yeah, I know. Thanks, man. I appreciate the words. Come on, sir, hurry up. Man, these bits always take forever, the whole dragging up and down kind of stuff. There we go! Halle frickin' Luya. So the walls we need are you guys. No, turn around. There we go. So if I have these all the way along, I'm thinking about that tower going to go up again a little. Oh, bugger. You there and you there. Lovely. It's looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have this funky kind of setting kind of stuff going on here. The castle's growing. I honestly think this castle's going to continue to grow every single time I come on this game. It's going to get a little bit bigger here and there. Question is, do I leave that height? I think I will. I quite like it at that height, if I'm going to be honest with you. That height's not half bad. So we need to add the roofing on now. And then we'll add the wall extras. These things, whatever these things are called, I don't remember. And what can we have on here? Right, so we have a... What is this? Is that the bell tower? That's a bell tower. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe a crane or something up here. This bit, do I flatten this bit off or do I make it go a bit higher? I'm thinking I'm going to flatten that off there. Because there's no real, like... You know, like, interesting... I don't really want it to go much higher than that. I don't really want it to be some huge... Well, then again, I could go higher. I could go 2 more up. How would 2 more up look? What would that look like? Would that look silly? Would that be too high? It would add quite a large feature to the castle. It would definitely add a large feature to it. The problem is, I don't want it to be the same height as the one that's just over there. But it would add like a keep kind of thing to it. You know, like the main keep. Unless I go up like 1.5. 1.5 could work. Yeah, we'll do 1.5. Oh my lord. Camera just threw itself across the screen there. Scared the hell out of me. Scared the bejesus out of me. I can't believe how much time we're taking building this. That's the thing with this game. You spend a lot of time just kind of building. Now you see, is this too much height inside? No, because to be honest, I'm not going to look in there, so I don't really care. That doesn't make any difference to me. I'm not going to see in there, so why should that really bother me? Okay, why do you just go... No, and again, what are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, my lord. What is happening here? Apparently, we're having a moment. Why were you not there? Oh, man. The wall's a bit funny. Bloody hell. The wall is funny. The wall is being a douche. Well, it's my fault. I built it in the wrong bloody place. Okay. We're going to have to freaking delete all this shit and start again with this. I don't like it when the walls overhang like a retard like that. It looks silly. It looks most silly, it does. Oh, bloody hell. I hate when this freaking happens. Right, so I need to... It doesn't take long to rectify. It's just annoying. It's just a ball ache. You don't really want to have to do it. So it needs to be there. And then it needs to come up to there. Am I thinking correctly? I think so. So the problem is... Can I just build on top of all of these like this? No, I can't. Bugger! Okay, so this bit's going to take a little bit of time. Because I can't remember the correct height. It's not that. OMG. This is going to take an age. I need to get a better angle at it really tonight. So we need to be like that. Oh yeah. Go on, son. Join on. Join on like you were meant to join on. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that didn't take quite as long as I anticipated it would do. Something that we shouldn't have had to do, but, you know, oh well. I think the problem is now that this side might be a little bit too high. But that does not matter. I don't care that much. Is it the wrong height? It is the wrong height. But oh well, we'll just have to drop it. It works. Okay, still. It still looks proper. Oh yeah! That guy in the background. Oh yeah! Now, we need to use these. So we need to just finish laying these all the way around. And we're going to be... There we go! This part of the castle is now done! Even though there's massive amounts of space which require filling. Never mind. Right, so we now need to add some decoration. Some decoration onto these. Now, I don't like these windows, if I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like they need to have something on them. Where are my big castle-y windows? There are none, apparently. Where are my castle windows? Is it usually them? Oh, it's them I usually use. See, I'm not a fan of these. I think I might get rid of these. Because you can see through. It just looks kind of stupid, if I'm going to be honest with you. If I get rid of them, add regular walls back in there. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on behind me, isn't there? Add the regular walls, and I can just add these just by myself. So we can't have these. It needs to kind of be these ones, I think. So if I just kind of do like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I didn't delete that one. Oh bugger. Be nice if it did save the previous thing you had clicked on. And 1 and 2. So that's done the bit. God, there's so many people around here. What are they buying? Is it? Oh, it's a drink. They're all buying drinks. There's a lot of people that come around here. That's really good. Okay, so we've done kind of like that bit there, which looks fine actually. I quite like how that looks, I'm going to be honest with you. Now we need to do this part of the castle. Now, I'm just going to kind of dot these around, kind of willy-nilly, to see how it kind of looks. Because when it comes to building these, I have a tendency just to kind of plonk stuff almost wherever, really, to see how it looks. And in a lot of the cases, they look okay. Especially with these kind of castles, if you have this kind of staggered every other sort of look, which I'm doing here, you know, like building in between. It just adds a bit more shape and a bit of difference to the castles. Obviously, you can add whatever you want underneath them. If you decide you want some of these kind of things sticking out the side, then by all means, add those in. I'm not going to stop you. For whatever reason you think I would stop you, I don't know. But I'm not going to stop you guys. Don't you worry about that. These big doors. See, now I want a big doorway. There's a big doorway somewhere. That's not a big doorway. That's not a big doorway. Maybe it is these ones. Who knows? We want that in the middle. Is that the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the middle here, yes. Boom! Beautiful! Because then we'll add lights around it as well. So we'll have one there, a couple on the corners. One in the middle there. Don't need one that side. They're already lit. See, I could even light these bits in the middle here if I wanted to. Just add a bit more lighting effect on there. These bits also, but we want some more windows in here as well. So this is primarily another episode of me building this freaking castle. I swear that's all I've done for like the last billion episodes of this thing. You're like, oh my god, Che, I hope I finished this freaking castle already. Nobody cares anymore. Well, I care. I care about my castle. Well, that side's done. Okay, I haven't done that one quite finished yet. Let's add 3 here. And we'll have 2 there. See, what I'm going to do... I'm going to have 2 in the centres. See, I'm quite enjoying this castle's look, actually. The window side of it. I'm enjoying how it looks. These windows are incredibly pointless, considering you have literally no view at all. You have the view of the other side of the castle, which is always fun. It's always a nice thing to have the view of the other side of the castle. Okay, so now we need to Now, lighting-wise, I might be done. I don't know. I don't know whether to add additional lights sort of every other, you know, here and there for these, like, windows and stuff. Just add a bit more in the way of lighting. Them I'm not going to bother with. Okay, so let's think. Now, this is a piratey kind of place, isn't it, I think? Is it pirates? It is quite piratey. Yeah, it's kind of piratey. So we're going to have a piratey sort of themed castle. Do I have another one of these up here? I think I might. Where's that facing? That one's facing over there. So we're going to have that one like so. It just adds a bit more height to things, really. I think that's the idea of it. It's adding height and a bit of variation to the top parts. So we're going to have a crane here, which is kind of not quite hanging over the edge, but, you know, kind of doing something here. It's doing something there, being all craney and such. We're going to have some cannons, obviously. We need cannons. It kind of goes without saying, really. We're going to have cannons over these, looking out over these parts. And we will have some here as well, because you never know. The guests might kick off, so we need to shoot them with something. And we'll also have one... No, we won't have one there. That's a bit overkill. Although I think I might have some up here as well. We'll have some canoons. Some canoons, guys! Some canoons. Actually, that one's going to have to go there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. One there. And another one there. Brilliant! So we cannoned the hell up. So there we add some ammo behind in the background of these things. Because they're obviously going to need some of that. Bit of ammo there. Thinking maybe having some boxes and stuff. What's this? A little campsite? No, kind of a little campsite, but that'd be stupid. Maybe some boxes here, because obviously this is where the crane is, so it would make sense to have some stuff. Just some general kind of stuff, really. A few more barrels and whatnot. Because you never know when these barrels might... People might need to use some barrels. Lovely. Looking nice and full up there. I say full, not massively full, but you know, it's looking better. We have a rope lift as well. Now you see this is kind of pointless. If I'm going to be honest, it would be most pointless having this up here because it essentially does literally nothing. So at the top here, what do we have on the top? I'm thinking maybe some places where we've got some skeletons hanging off. You know, some of these sort of torture chambers where you got some guys hanging off. We'll have some more cannons up here, of course. Why are they not straight anymore, I do not know. Cannonaroo, 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 and cannonaroo. Flip these around. A couple more this side. We'll have one in the middle there. And of course, we'll have one this side as well. A few more in the way of ammunition. And I feel like we need some lights up here, really. Kind of feel we need some lights, but I don't think I've got any which I can just have as lights standing. I don't really want to use bamboo torches. Have I got nothing, really, in the way of lighting I can use up here? That's a bit strange. Decorations. So I have these... Oh, okay, I can just place these around. That's kind of cool. Okay, we'll just do that then. We'll just... Oh, my lord, what's going on? We'll just place these lanterns in some places. I didn't realise we could place these. I thought these were just, like, specifically wall lanterns. Place them so people can see what they're doing. Okay, so we're going to need some down here as well. By the looks of things. Oh, I can't put them on there. That's a shame. Couple dotted around. Love the little squeaky noise they make. I don't understand the day and night cycle here. Sometimes it goes straight through the day. Other times it just kind of doesn't really bother. It's a bit strange. I think our castle's done, guys. It's looking nice and lit up. There's no windows there. That needs doing. Let's just quickly add some. We'll have one in the middle there as well. Beautiful. So all we need to do now is the scenery on the outside. However, we've reached the 20-minute mark, and I'm trying to keep these relatively short simply because of the upload times. But we've reached the 20-minute mark, so before we go anywhere, let's just quickly chuck some of these bushes down. Because these look okay. Oh, hang on. These are going to... Oh, I don't really care. See, these are going to stick to the walls, but whatevs. Nobody cares anymore. I wish daytime would come around because I can't see a chuffing thing. This side is not lit up. It needs some lights. I mean, these aren't the greatest lights in the world, if I'm going to be honest with you. These aren't too good. Regardless. We're chucking some on nonetheless. Proper hangy-styly lights these are. So, what I'm doing here is we're adding a couple of bits of these ferns, because I tend to find if you have these around the base, they just break stuff up a bit more. They look like the castle has kind of had a bit of love and care to it. I know it's a pirate castle, but you know, you've got to have a bit of care to it. It also adds almost a bit like a hedge, you know, like a hedgerow going around. Don't need anything this side. You know, and then you can obviously add the ferns and stuff. So we can add a couple of these short ferns, kind of like here and there. A couple of palm trees will go in as well. But obviously you don't want them hanging over the pathways too much. So I can add like a palm tree here, one in the middle there, one there and one there, one in the middle, one in the middle. Kind of lining these, and then obviously we go for these sat on the edges, facing the right way preferably, sat in the middles, just to add a bit of extra lighting in the fronts here. People always like their scenery. It's always nice to build a good bit of scenery and be kind of happy with how it looks. I mean, I like that. I think that looks really cool, if I'm going to be honest with you. Castle is essentially now, we could say temporarily finished. I don't know. Is it finished? I'm not really sure. Probably not. We're probably going to end up adding more to it at some point anyway. But the main part of it does. Obviously, I need to light this one a bit more. This one's consumed more lit than that one is. And we need to add some more just things on it in general. But on this outside bit here, I actually really like that. And that looks really pretty cool, actually. Thinking adding a couple more of these. But outside here, obviously, we could have a campsite, which we'll chuck down there. We've got a campsite going on now. I think if we add a couple of like tiki torches around it, as I like to call them, and obviously a few barrels just kind of around it every now and then, because you know they're pirates, they're gonna have barrels and kind of shit. And then obviously we kind of we don't fence it off, but we add some of these just to kind of enclose it a little bit, to make it its own little thing, so people kind of have to really notice it to be able to see it. Like so. You can go now, we don't need you anymore. And then finally, a couple of more of these guys just dotted along here. Trying to add a bit more in the way of lighting for it. Some hidden in bushes and whatnot. And then finally we'll add some palm trees once again. I tend to like using the straight palm trees in this game. I don't know why. I like the leaning ones, but they're very... I don't know, you have to be very, you know, specific with them. So there you go. There is our castle, guys. That actually looks really cool. I'm not going to lie. That looks freaking awesome. But there we have it. There is our castle for today. We are done, just about, with the castle and the loveliness. I'm thinking of putting down some of them singing pirate guys somewhere. Not quite sure where, though, but these chaps here. These little crazy people with their little pirate music. Not quite sure where I'm going to put them yet, though. Maybe when we've built up this kind of area, we'll do that as well. But the thing I like about this game is, of course, bloody hell, is, of course, the fact that there is this huge amount of building involved. Are there people still riding this thing? Or is this... Oh, okay, yeah, there's still a few people queuing. Not many. Most people at the moment are here. And we need to force them up to come this way a little bit. So there you have it, guys. There is your Planet Coaster for today. We spent most of it, in fact, all of it, building this castle here. I'm going to have to change this and try and theme it again with the rest of it, because we have gone for a piratey kind of theme here. It's kind of the only theme we've really got. But yes, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give us a good old-fashioned like rating and a subscribe for more Planet Coaster and everything else Chayification. And I will see you in the next one. Chuck me a comment down below, guys. The word of the video is R. So if you get to the end of it, chuck me down R, and I'll know you've made it. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you when I see you. When I see you, when I see you. Let's get a nice view from the pirate castle, shall we? Tune for new friends. Goodbye. If you're being jammy and you want to knock someone off the side of the map, boom, concussion mine them. If you're feeling like you want to chuck something on your little bear trap, so when someone stands in it, boom, concussion mine them. If you want to fly across the map like in number 2, boom, concussion mine it.